Welcome back. House Speaker Congressman John Boehner are taking aim at the president's job plan. Earlier today, he told me it has a lot of the tax increases and Republicans cannot support that. My next guest has a jobs plan of his own. He is Republican presidential candidate Jon Huntsman. He previously served as governor of Utah and ambassador to China for President Obama. Governor Huntsman joins me now to talk about ways to fix the economy. Governor, good to have you on the program.
Hello, Maria. Greetings from New Hampshire.
And greetings to you. Speaker Boehner is saying that raising taxes in this economy will kill jobs. Listen to what he had to say. I'd like to get your response to it.
His $420 billion worth of tax hikes is something we're probably not going to be too favorable about. Raising taxes at this point in our economy will help kill jobs. And that's not what we're trying to do here.
Governor, what's your take on the president's jobs plan?
Maria, it's half steps and half measures at a time when this nation's economy is sucking wind. And if your economy is sucking wind, and if you've hit the wall, which we've done, you need big, bold solutions. And what this nation is crying out for is boldness, and we're not getting it. So you can kind of critique and piecemeal the president's proposal. You know, the free trade stuff is okay. Some of the tax cuts around the payroll tax are okay. But in terms of getting to the root causes and the structural challenges that this nation faces economically, we're not getting there. And until such time as we're willing to look at the tax code and shake it up as I've proposed in my own jobs and economic proposal, and until such time as we're willing to take a bold look at regulatory measures like Obamacare and like Dodd-Frank, and until such time, Maria, as we're willing to take a bold and courageous look at energy independence, which is a huge job creator, we're not going to be where we need to be. And these half measures are going to be just that. They're going to be temporary fixes, and a couple of years from now, we're going to be right back in the soup.
Governor, yesterday we saw a report that poverty is now at its highest since 1993, 15% in poverty. What do you say to those people who believe that your party favors business, favors highest earning Americans, and the people who truly need support are not getting it?
I think my party supports opportunity. I think my party supports expanded job creation. What this nation has, we have not just a crisis when you look at the numbers, but it translates into a serious human crisis in this nation. And I hope people understand it. 15 million unemployed and the millions beyond that who are so dispirited they've just given up. And that's moms and dads and families who have been shipwrecked. The thing that I found as governor, Maria, that is most important in society is a job, the dignity of a job. And so many are without right now. When we implemented tax reform in the state of Utah, when we cleared out the underbrush and became the best state in America for business, and according to the Cato Institute, had the best tax policy, our unemployment went down considerably because we kept brain power in our state. The entrepreneurs became more active, and we attracted capital. Now, the same principles hold true nationwide. If we're not attracting capital, and if we're not bringing in brain power, and if the entrepreneurs feel that they can't deploy capital and take a risk, then we're going to be stuck. And that's exactly where we find ourselves today. And I've had these ongoing conversations coast to coast with businesses big and small and a lot of the creative class. And they say, just give us a little bit of certainty. Just tell us where taxes are going to be in the years to come. Just give us a sense of what the regulatory environment is going to be like. We're willing to take a risk. But to begin with, we can't access capital like we used to be able to access capital. And we have a very unpredictable regulatory environment. So I'm here to tell you, Maria, until we take some bold steps on the structural issues, we're dead in the water as an economy. Now,
you say you want to repeal Obamacare. Is it true that 2,000 companies have gotten waivers from the health care legislation?
Well, I think it's true that a lot of states are seeking waivers away from Obamacare. So what you have, like in the case of Utah, we went through our own health care reform. It took us 3 years, but we got there. Right. We had a cost containment strategy. We had a way to deal in a free market without a mandate in closing the gap on the uninsured. So a lot of the states who are experimenting on their own are going to look for waivers. And so I don't know how you coexist in a world with individual states who are experimenting in the right way with respect to health care reform and Obamacare. We're going to live in a nation of carve-outs and waivers, and I'm not sure how you can reconcile those differences going forward.
You're banking on New Hampshire for support, Governor. Is this the key to get the GOP nomination?
Well, I think so. I think New Hampshire traditionally has been a course corrector. This is a state where you have to earn the vote. Sometimes it takes 15 handshakes, but ultimately you get there. You have to do the old-fashioned retail, Adlai Stevenson shoe leather approach to campaigning, but that's how the work gets done. And ultimately, if you get a ticket out of New Hampshire, you can prove the point that you can pass muster with folks who take their duty very, very seriously in this first primary state. And that means something to South Carolina, and that means something to Florida. So I would have to tell you there is a great deal at stake for us, and I believe for the whole Republican nomination process right here in New Hampshire. And it's a very exciting time to be here.
Well, Governor, we'll be watching this exciting race. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll hope you'll come back soon.
Thanks. Thanks,
See you
Maria.
soon. Jon Huntsman joining us.